if someone needs a lot more time, okay, maybe they haven't done enough construction, right? So my read on him, he understood quickly what I wanted, which is a great sign. I'm a real estate investor. I'm sharing everything I know about Subject to in a way that complete beginners understand. This guy is John Pratt, our fearless novice, diving headfirst into the world of Subject to real estate deals. Watch as I start him on the path. I'm your guide, Kyle Kargas, and this is Subject to Real Estate Secrets, the path from moron to millionaire.
Can you guys even tell we're not in the studio? We got the chairs, we got the table, and I brought my hat for a sense of normalcy, just so you think we're in the normal studio. Looks
Same
just
thing.
like it.
Same thing.
It's the same thing. Where are we?
Man,
Yeah.
well, welcome to Subject to Real Estate Secrets, the path from moron to millionaire. Subject to Real Estate is buying real estate, taking over an existing seller's loan without using your credit, so they can sell the house, move on, you own it. And guess what, John Pratt?
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Moron to Millionaire, and we are doing it live, kind of. It's live to us.
It's live to us.
We are doing it, though, on site.
On site.
Of your first deal. John, where the heck are we?
We are in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque. Who goes to Albuquerque?
Two guys
These
who are
two.
dedicated to giving you guys the knowledge of Sub 2.
Man, driving 13 hours.
Yeah, 6.5.
13-hour drive to shoot a video on site together, right? For them.
For you.
For them, right?
You better be grateful.
And for you,
Yeah.
right? So you could actually see it.
It's nice to see it.
Nice to see it's your first deal,
Yeah.
right? Man, and this is actually beautiful.
It's actually kind of cool. We barely did this up at all. We brought two chairs and a table, and it actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, block fence around,
Yeah.
lots of vines. It's actually, we'll have to put some B-roll into it so you guys can kind of see the backyard. Obviously there's weeds and stuff, so like super general cleanup.
Yeah.
But the structure, and there's a pool, it's actually really nice. And we shot another YouTube video, so you guys, we'll put a link to that so you can see actually what we're doing to the house
It's a beautiful house.
and whatnot. But yeah.
Like I just made a video about, look, investors don't just buy like ugly houses. Not that we think that, but I think a lot of agents, they do think
Yeah.
that. They equate that.
Yeah, investors to ugly.
Yeah, they
Not that
equate
I'm ugly,
investors to,
but
the
house.
house to ugly, And but of course in Sub 2 we come across so many. You guys who are following along, you're making lists, you're making calls, you're sending LOIs. You know how many. Most of these houses are actually like flawless.
Pretty nice, actually, right?
And so when you call, here's a little tip, I guess. When you call, these agents are going to be a little bit confused because they don't equate it.
Lots of times they're like, hey, my seller's not willing to take a low price, right?
Yeah.
They immediately,
It's
because
like no one said low price.
no
yeah.
one even talked about a low
Yeah.
price, right? They're just assuming it. But
Yeah, I
you know,
hijacked that. Sorry.
No,
Go ahead,
oh,
yeah.
you're totally good. But I want to point out here, everyone watching, what John just did. You're a different person, okay?
Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
different person now that we've gone through all of these different episodes, and right, you're over here with knowledge,
Yeah.
right? You're over here, and then also with accomplishments,
Yeah,
right? You got not just your first deal,
it's a real outcome.
right? Not just your first deal because you did the finding, right?
Yeah.
But everyone else knows you also lent on the deal,
Yeah,
right? So you got your first two deals. John, it's done.
it's done.
Your first two deals in real estate are done.
Yeah.
You've made money. You're going to continue making money.
Yeah.
And now you just have to pour gasoline on it and do it
Yeah.
a lot more, right? And coming here, if there's a feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah, it's a nice day too, so that's like the cherry on top.
Yeah, I guess I'd say it's at least one. There's multiple nice things about Albuquerque, right?
Yeah.
But it's like one thing is the weather, right? It'd
Yeah.
be way too hot back in Phoenix right now
It's way cooler here
to do that,
than
to do
Phoenix.
something outside,
Yeah.
right? So we're outside. I've actually never been to New Mexico,
Which I find crazy, by the way.
Well, I
'cause
take,
we live right next door to New
I've
Mexico.
never been to Albuquerque.
Okay.
I've been to New Mexico one time.
Okay.
And we went to Carlsbad Caverns back when I was like 12.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So, but still, yeah, right next door, you would think.
Yeah.
Right? Every other state I've been to, you know? Right next door.
I haven't been here a lot either, so it was weird coming back. I drove through like 10 years ago or something. But I've been here, I spent time here as a kid also.
Yeah. But we drove so much. We drove 13 hours. We're only here for like 300 minutes, right? Is what we were like kind of calculating.
Literally,
right?
yes.
Like very straightforward. And jumping back in the car and driving home, right?
Yeah.
And what's crazy is, yeah, we're here, we're shooting these videos, but I had contractors that came by, right? I mean, I've gotten all the bids that I need for adding all the bedrooms to the houses, right? The landscape cleanup. I got those bids, and the rest are still coming.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we're not going to sit around. We're jumping right into it, guys.
Definitely. So one of the benefits, and when you guys get your first deal, I'm all of a sudden on my high horse.
Look at that.
No, honestly though, like because of this deal, and because of the second deal, and because we're crazy to drive 13 hours, or whatever hours, to do this, I learned a ton that I didn't even know I would learn. So I wasn't even planning to say
tell
this.
us more.
But so when I come in, we start planning a couple videos, right? This is literally like 2 hours ago. And you had been here for like only 1 hour at that point. And but your one of your contractors came over, do a bid, right?
Yep.
And so I got to see, okay, which maybe you get this opportunity elsewise, but I got to see Kyle right there. I'm right there. Talk to your guy who came and see how you talk to him, what you talk to him about, why, and how fast.
This is very quick.
Very quick. And you got it, and he got it, and everyone gets it. And money starts moving, and deals, progress, and the property progresses. And then the other thing was, 8 other things.
Yeah.
You found a freaking landscaping guy. So I'm sitting out in the front yard, and Kyle had just spoken to like someone mowing the neighbor's yard, and boom, made a relationship, secured a landscaper, because there's like, a couple weeds. It's a beautiful house, but just normal upkeep. And we're not going to be here. You're not going to be here. So
Going back
boom,
home.
building relationships.
You know
fast.
what? You know what was the coolest part about the first contractor you talked about, right? The one that came in, we went through it so quick. One, if it can be done that quick, the one that shows some professionalism, right? Like, not professionalism as like one's necessarily better than the other, but like if someone needs a lot more time, okay, maybe they haven't done enough construction, right? So my read on him, he understood quickly what I wanted, which is a great sign, right? But out of all that, what do you think my biggest takeaway from him was?
Takeaway from him personally, or from the interaction in general? So he has, if I recall, a son locally in Scottsdale who is also a contractor.
Yep.
He does this stuff all the time. Flips, renos, new construction.
Right.
And so I believe he already texted you his number.
He
That's
already-
3 relationships
Yeah, in a couple hours,
or less.
right? I've never been to Albuquerque,
Yeah.
right? And I already have multiple relationships with contractors that can do the things that I need them to do,
Yeah.
right? And getting referrals, because guess what? That contractor, the main contractor with the son, actually came from, I know one person that lives here in Albuquerque.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I reached out to him, and sure enough, he had a friend that, and I reached out to him like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he had a friend that's kind of in real estate, but more commercial and development. And we got on the phone and we had a blast, made a new relationship. All of a sudden he's like, oh, I have a contractor, love it. Hey, send him over. And that was that guy. And all of a sudden that guy's giving me the referral to his son in Phoenix, right? Where I'm like, oh my gosh. So in my mind, I'm like, I honestly don't know if I'm going to make more money with the dad because he's going to do this project, plus could be my go-to guy in Albuquerque.
'Cause now you're on the ground in
because
Albuquerque.
once you buy one, it's so much easier to buy more in the same area. Or am I going to make more money with his son? Because now I'll go back and connect with him, and I already have other projects constantly going on that will get him to work.
Yeah.
Right? So you can, I didn't even think about that as an additional benefit for you.
For me, yeah.
In fact, the contractor was going to be here and done before you even showed up.
Yeah, so it was like happenstance that he had something going on earlier. Yeah,
Right.
and he came
And
when
so
I was
he ended
here.
up coming a little bit late when you were here.
Yeah.
And talk about whole new thing, opening your
Totally.
eyes, right, and learning. You know, I mean, just wild,
Yeah.
right? I mean, and that was some of my biggest takeaways, right, from coming out here and doing this, and I think it's so fun. And I was thinking we're shooting some videos as well, right? And you know, you shared another videos. Oh, okay, should I lend? Should I not? You know, I had this thought. It was wild. We're shooting a video. You're doing all this, and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, wow, his return on his money probably already is going to supersede the return on your money would have been if you left it where it was.
Because there's so much uncertainty, right? I mean, it was in particularly VOO, an ETF by Vanguard that tracks the S&P
yeah.
500 index. And there's volatility there.
Yeah. Well, there's volatility there, but I'm looking at you recording these videos and I go, wow, the value that you could be getting from these videos,
Right.
you wouldn't have shot these videos if you wouldn't have invested and done the deal.
Right.
Right? I highly, even though you would have found the deal, I don't know if you would have driven all the way out here if
No.
you hadn't had also invested money.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it pushes you to new levels.
Because then this becomes ground zero for a lot of content. And that's one of the reasons that I wanted to come out, because it's like it anchors the context of all these topics that we've been shooting all day, like, or I guess for like about 250 minutes. But you know, traveling to and shooting all day. Yeah, it's sort of in a weird way, like a grounding experience for the content.
Yeah, exactly, which I think is invaluable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let alone you're going to get the money return financially that's promised in, you know, in the promissory note,
Right,
right?
right.
But it's like, wow, the extra knowledge you came just by coming, the extra confidence that everyone watching is seeing right now
Yeah.
that was not you before.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're shooting videos you're going to share on social media, that content that you're going to get the credibility and even financial side benefit
Yeah.
from that over time.
Yeah.
Is going to,
because content is such high leverage.
yes.
Like it's
going to
mass
completely
you know?
outweigh,
Yeah.
completely outweigh to where I'm excited to where at one point you're going to look and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was considering leaving my money where it was.
Right, right.
Like, sometimes we talk about this sometimes, right? We talk about agents, right? I'm an agent, I can say this.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, agent, you're so blind. You're not even thinking about the investment option, whatever.
Yeah,
And this just
yeah.
makes so much sense. And you just got fired. And you could have
Right.
actually helped them with doing something creative, right? Like, oh my gosh, right?
Yeah.
But when you can get to the point and you can look back and you go, John,
The
oh
same
my gosh,
thing.
the same thing to
Yeah.
yourself. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I had my money in there.
Yeah.
Right? And like I almost didn't move my money or
Yeah.
whatever you went through.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I fully acknowledge that I am like dumb in a million different things. You know, ignorant.
Yeah, we
in
all
a million
are.
different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And
Yeah.
I think this raw, right, reality that we're sharing with everyone.
I'm the resident moron.
Resident
on Moron a Million.
right?
So there you go. Yeah.
Guys, aren't we grateful for our moron? You know, thank you.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let me ask you just a couple more questions.
Yeah.
Okay, now that you've gotten your first deal, I want to know, first off, what would be the main thing? Think about somebody watching right now if they're trying to get their first deal. Okay, the things that you went through, the lack of confidence, maybe. You know, maybe is it how'd you get yourself to actually make the calls consistently? What is your advice for this new investor
Yeah.
to really get their first deal?
Yeah. First, know that let's talk to people using LOI Blaster. Because if you rewind in the series, episode, whatever it is, 6 and also 10, I think, talk a lot about LOI Blaster. So do go watch those and use it. Once you're using LOI Blaster, do realize that you're not just going to send to 300 people and 300 people are going to just love you. Because again, they're ignorant in their own ways. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, because they're focused on what's important to them at that time. So they're not going to respond to you with exuberance, right? All the time. Some of them will. So number one, do know that you're going to have to call them. Call them. It actually starts. We talked about this on an episode. It starts when you call. Like all the other stuff is groundwork to lay the groundwork for a very high leverage phone call. Look, I sent you an LOI, you know a little bit about the property, you know a little bit about what you can offer and how to solve the problem, but you don't know everything, so you've set an appointment, right? So phone calls. Number two, biff the phone calls. Like, it's okay. Biff
Yeah.
50 of them. Biff many.
However many it takes.
Yeah, as long as you're not the same biff every single time for 50 times.
Yep.
You know?
And same, and I would even say same quality, same level of biff.
Like, bring it up a
right? It's
little
like you
bit,
might
yeah.
still mess up on the same thing, but it's like, if you're progressively getting better on that thing, right?
Yeah.
Then yes, you should be growing. But very
Yeah.
cool. Okay, biff
And
calls.
the other thing is, and I haven't mastered any of these, by the way, but the other one is push on the pain a little bit. So one thing you taught me, it was earlier on. You did some calls. I think you set appointments for pace. I think this was on the show, not you doing it, but you told us about it. And you mentioned that you bring up, you're like, look, to be honest, one of the reasons I'm calling is because it's whatever it was, whatever the pain is, right? So push on it a little bit, not to make them uncomfortable, the listing agent, but to let them know who you are and who you are not. You're not a lowball cash investor offer blah blah
Right.
blah who they think you are as soon as they pick up the phone, right? You're someone who knows their pain because you're pushing on it a little bit. Like I said, the goal is
Right.
not to make
the
them
right
uncomfortable.
amount, right?
The goal is to make them aware.
A lot of times it's that days on market, right? You know
Yeah.
it's 120 days on market. It's like, why are you waiting to just bring it up, right? It's like, hey, you're just being
Yeah.
real at that point of like, look, if it
Yeah.
wasn't 120 days on market, I wouldn't be calling you,
Right.
right? And so because of that, I think there could be a possibility here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So those are three big
Okay.
things that come to mind, and honestly, those are pretty big things. If you don't do anything else, doing those is one way to make quicker progress.
I love that. Excellent advice. Excellent advice. Okay, so that was 3 things that, and hopefully everyone was listening, for them to help them get their first deal. Perfect. Okay. Was there ever a point that you felt like you were never going to get your first deal?
Maybe. On this side of a deal, it's hard to say.
Okay. Hard to remember a little bit.
Tell you what,
you doubted
if you asked me that right now and I didn't have a deal, I would say yes. So
There we go.
Yeah, I would have to say yes
So
now.
at some point you were like, hey, I doubted if I ever was going to get
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah,
I think
but-
everyone would.
At the same time, you do track your LOI sent, your response rate, your dials, your conversations from those dials, and your appointments. So you do have a sense of like the numbers game,
Yeah.
right? The volume game, like how it works. So I know my percentages roughly, and I also know the percentages of how many appointments. So that's downstream of me, right? I'm not on the appointment usually. So once I know the numbers, I realize, well, look, I mean, I'm not an average person overall. So it's like, surely I can work with average numbers and expect an average outcome.
Oh my gosh,
at
I
least,
love that. I
you know?
love that.
So just a math game.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that about you and what you just shared. And what was really interesting, or actually something I want you to go when you get back, what I want you to write down, okay, is I want you to go back and count how many total calls you've made,
Yeah.
all the numbers, and even more important, how many appointments did you set to get your first deal?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Because yes, I am telling you, we have shared a lot of what this data is,
Yeah.
right, in general, but the number changes, and it's never the same for everyone. But
Right.
but you'll have your own kind of data,
Yeah.
right? So you should absolutely go back, write that down, and say, wow, it took me this many appointments to get my first deal.
Yeah.
Now you know what? That's my average right now.
Yeah.
Let's just do it again.
So I can expect, and I can expect a certain outcome at a certain time.
Yep.
And let's say it's like 1 or 2 over, I'm not gonna even cry about it. Like,
Well, yeah, it's
like,
an
but
average, right?
It's an average.
It's
so,
an average. So here's the thing, you now know your average. So unless you're even at the average, you shouldn't be feeling any negativity whatsoever because
yeah.
you haven't hit the average,
hit the
of
average
how
yet.
much it should take you to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's traction really, because you see the road ahead. If I was driving to Albuquerque today, and I could only see 3 feet in front of me, I would still be in Mesa.
You would have given up.
I would have given up. I would have stopped and got a cab back home, whatever, because I can't see, you know.
And all your
But
fans, all your viewers would be crying.
they
right
would be
now.
crying. Don't cry, guys. No, so it gives me, I guess, context is what I mean. Context to the future.
Yep, 100%. So I want you to do that, okay?
Okay.
Because now that you've gotten your first deal, now it's about the next steps going forward. Now that you've gotten your, let me rephrase.
Yeah.
Now that you've gotten 2 deals, we're not stopping there,
Right.
right? It's the 3rd, it's the 4th, right? 5th. You have now seen it. You have now tasted of it.
Yeah.
It is time now to keep pushing.
Yeah.
Right? We call this moron to millionaire, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily moron to first deal,
Right.
right? Now, obviously, you know, we can't show every little piece of it going forward.
That truly is why I put the word path, because it is the path, but it's the right path. You know, subject to your real estate secrets, the path from moron to millionaire.
Yep.
And,
But people are going to want to see you get more and more and more deals, right? And we'll talk about it and be like, oh, John's reached this level and this level, right? It's like, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be cool.
Absolutely.
People are going to love watching it. So, oh my gosh, guys, everyone should owe John a big thank you for coming on, being willing to put himself out there.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Calling yourself a moron.
Right.
But putting yourself out there and letting everybody watch you go through this process. And so I think this is remarkable. I think you should celebrate. And then I think you should get back to work on Monday.
Awesome.
So, all right, guys, if you like this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing more of this. You're going to be learning more and more. If you haven't watched all the episodes, go back, watch the episodes. There's so much information. John, congratulations again, my man.
Thank you.
Love it,
Cool.
brother. Love it.
Cool.